Australia has long been recognised as the land of opportunity, a place where individuals from across the globe come to pursue their dreams, build new lives, and experience a unique cultural fusion. It has been seen as a welcoming country where the diversity of backgrounds creates a rich, vibrant society. However, in recent years, a surprising trend has emerged. Immigrants are leaving Australia in record numbers. This shift raises important questions about the country's future and the factors driving such a significant exodus. What is causing this unexpected migration away from Australia, and what are the implications for the country's future? Let's explore these key factors in detail. The high cost of living. One of the most significant reasons why immigrants are choosing to leave Australia is the escalating cost of living, particularly in major cities like Sydney and Melbourne. Housing prices in these cities have skyrocketed, with the average home price reaching levels that are out of reach for many newcomers. This surge in housing prices has resulted in unaffordable rent and increasingly expensive daily essentials such as food, transportation, and healthcare. For many immigrants who move to Australia in search of a better life, the financial strain is proving to be far more severe than they had anticipated. The dream of a prosperous life is increasingly being overshadowed by the harsh reality of unaffordable living conditions. With many newcomers struggling to find suitable accommodation or even afford basic needs, the cost of living is one of the primary reasons driving them to leave. Job market challenges. In addition to the high cost of living, another significant challenge that immigrants are facing in Australia is the increasingly competitive job market. Many immigrants move to Australia hoping to find better job opportunities and enhance their quality of life. However, the reality of finding a well-paying job in today's market is proving to be much more difficult than expected. With an oversupply of job seekers and competition at an all-time high, landing a stable job has become much more challenging, particularly for those without local experience or professional networks. This problem is especially acute for migrants from developing countries, who often arrive with qualifications and experience that may not be fully recognised in Australia. The flood of workers in certain industries makes it even harder for immigrants to secure employment, and many are left feeling that the opportunities they once hoped for have become increasingly out of reach. Mental health struggles. Beyond the financial and employment challenges, immigrants in Australia also face significant mental health struggles. Moving to a new country is always a daunting experience, and the added pressures of isolation, cultural differences, and the pressure to succeed can take a heavy toll on one's mental well-being. Many immigrants find themselves feeling disconnected and alienated in a foreign land, unable to fully integrate into Australian society. The feeling of being an outsider, combined with the intense pressure to succeed in terms of employment, housing, and maintaining relationships with loved ones back home, creates a perfect storm for anxiety, stress, and depression. This sense of isolation, coupled with the daily challenges of life in Australia, can cause many immigrants to reevaluate whether this country is truly the right place for them to build a future. Tougher immigration policies. In recent years, Australia has also implemented tougher immigration policies, particularly for skilled migrants. The government has tightened the criteria for obtaining permanent residency, making it more difficult for immigrants to stay in the country long-term. Visa programs have become more complex, and there are longer waiting times and stricter eligibility requirements for residency. For many immigrants who came to Australia hoping to establish long-term roots, these changes have created a sense of uncertainty and insecurity about their future. As a result, many individuals are now seeking opportunities in other countries, where immigration policies may be more favourable, or where they feel they have a better chance at stability and a better quality of life. Consequences for Australia's economy and society. The growing trend of both immigrants and Australians leaving the country has far-reaching consequences for Australia's economy and society. A continued mass migration of immigrants could lead to significant labour shortages, particularly in industries like healthcare, agriculture, and hospitality, which rely heavily on migrant workers. These sectors are already struggling to fill positions, and without the influx of immigrant workers, the country could face challenges in meeting its workforce needs. On a societal level, Australia risks losing the cultural diversity that has long been a hallmark of its identity. Immigrants bring new perspectives, innovation, and a rich array of traditions that shape the country's cultural landscape. Losing this diversity would not only diminish Australia's global appeal, but could also impact the social fabric that has made the country so unique and vibrant. Australians leaving for better opportunities. Interestingly, the trend of migration isn't just one way. Australians themselves are increasingly choosing to leave the country in search of better career opportunities abroad. This phenomenon, known as the brain drain, is partly a result of Australia's high cost of living, particularly in major cities, and the limited career advancement options available in certain sectors. Fields such as healthcare, technology, and education are seeing a significant outflow of talented professionals who are relocating to countries like the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom, where they believe they can access better professional growth and higher salaries. This outflow of skilled professionals further strains Australia's economy and exacerbates labour shortages in critical sectors that already depend heavily on immigrant workers.